Hey guys, and welcome back to BKR Travel. Today is Movie Review Friday, and I tell you what, this is a different one. This is a brand new style bloody review because I've never done a Bollywood film before, guys. It's Diwali. Happy Diwali to all the Indians out there. Happy Diwali to everyone out there. Diwali is a massive celebration, a festival of lights and bloody fireworks, and trust me, you hear fireworks all throughout the damn well night. So with Diwali coming up this Monday, I thought, well, you know, we can't travel right now. I can't go to India. I can't celebrate Diwali in India. So why don't we go and check out one of their films, one of their Bollywood films, and see what it's like. I've never watched an Indian film before. I've never watched a Bollywood film before. So not only do I want to see what these kind of movies are like that I've heard so much about since I've grown up, but I also love to watch other movies for the fact that I get to see another culture put into representation. I know how I grew up. I know how, you know, people in my culture grew up, but this is reality for other people. And it's a reality that doesn't really comprehend. I don't really understand it because, like I said, I didn't grow up. So I'm really fascinated by watching movies about people just in their natural kind of habitat. Now I know, granted, Bollywood is kind of all over the shop with, you know, one moment they'll be in Mumbai and the next moment they'll be in the United Arab Emirates dancing at the Burj Khalifa, you know what I mean? Like, it's just all over the shop. But in regards to just the way that people interact with each other, I'm just fascinated by other cultures. So I was really looking forward to seeing a Bollywood film. So just before we get into the review, guys, do know that this review is going to be about the movie. I will talk about the movie, but I also want you to know that my review is also based solely around the fact this is something brand new to me, and you guys might be like, well, this is kind of, you know, like a normal movie to me, but for me, it's not. So anyway, let's start talking about Lakshmi.
ये भूत भूत कुछ नहीं होता है। जिस दिन सच में मेरे सामने भूत आया ना, तो माँ कसम चूड़ियां पहन लूंगा, चूड़ियां।
अरे रत्ना, देखना जरा कौन है?
अरे मैं आपसे मिलने आया था, आप अल्लाह को प्यारे हो गए।
कौन हो भाई?
अरे ये बाहर के लोग नहीं हैं, ये मेरी फैमिली है।
आप शराब कब से पी रही हैं?
बचपन से।
Okay, so to try and summarize this movie as best as I can, I'd say that Lakshmi is about a ghost that inhabits a certain area that was stolen, like a plot of land that was stolen from this ghost. Obviously when the ghost was alive, but the ghost is a transgender, Lakshmi is a transgender, and basically was murdered. So this story really overall surrounds this transgender trying to get revenge on people who, you know, took her life and also took the land. But there's also the other storyline where there's a man who I believe is a Muslim and the woman who I believe is a Hindu, and obviously I'm not too sure about the whole major differences between Hindu and Muslims, so I'm not going to get into that, guys, but he isn't accepted by her father. With that, they're going to celebrate the anniversary of her parents, and he's obviously trying to get in with the good books with the dad. Throughout all this, the man I was just talking about, who is alive, gets possessed by Lakshmi and is kind of used to take out the murders on these people that Lakshmi needs revenge over. I'm sorry if that doesn't really explain it well enough, but I have absolutely no idea how to explain it any more than that. That makes sense to me, but you kind of need to watch the movie to understand what I'm saying.
कल रात मैंने एक काली परछाई देखी।
इस बीमारी को सियोफोबिया कहते हैं, फियर ऑफ शैडो, यानी परछाई से डरना। सबसे बड़ा भूत तो यही है वो परछाई।
आसिफ, वो मेरे पिताजी है। हम यहाँ पे उनको इम्प्रेस करने आए हैं, भूत भगाने नहीं आए हैं।
तो डराते क्यों ऐसा?
Alright, so what did I think of the storyline? Interesting. The first half of the movie was like a run-of-the-mill kind of horror comedy. It is quite funny. There is quite some funny moments, but I can tell that it was still withheld back because they wanted to push a little bit more horror. There's a couple of jump scenes that actually did get me. There was a couple of jump scenes that, you know, could be classed as scary, but it's not really a scary film. I don't even really get creeped out. It's just the jump scenes based on loudness. Holy damn, you guys love how loud your films are. Holy damn, man. I'm sitting there and the next minute goes boom. I'm just going, hey, Hold on, what's going on here? The storyline was odd. Look, let's not lie here. The storyline was very odd. The first half, like I said, was like a run-of-the-mill horror comedy, and the second half was a transgender activist film about basically equal rights, transgenders, and the life of a transgender and how they're ostracized from the society and the community. And I feel like in India, it's probably not as widely accepted as it is overseas. But yeah, I think that the storyline specifically, you know, I can follow on with it. This movie is in Hindi, by the way, guys. I hope it's in Hindi. I'm so sorry if it's in a different language, but because I know there's all different dialects. But I believe this movie is in Hindi, so there is subtitles, and I still found it quite easy to follow on with. But yeah, the storyline for me is like I watched 14 different movies in one movie. Just finally on the storyline, and I'm not too sure about the province or where specifically this movie is set. I know it's Bollywood. This is Bollywood, so you have to expect this. How the hell have we, wherever we are in India, how the hell have we gotten there and them talking about like romantic issues, and then next minute there's Buddy, boo, we're in Buddy United Arab, everyone's going, ooh, 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 ooh. We're dancing like crazy, like, us, but we'll just talk about, we'll just having a romantic scene in India, and now we're in the Burj Khalifa. We had this, and then we're dancing and...
प्रेत आत्मा खतरनाक और बहुत शक्तिशाली है। बता ना कैसी लग रही हूँ मैं?
हाँ, अच्छी लग रही हो।
अच्छी लग रही हूँ ना? I love you। छोड़ मुझे, हाथ क्यों लगाता है? शर्म नहीं आती? लड़की कहीं का। जिस दिन मेरे सामने भूत आया ना, तो माँ कसम चूड़ियाँ पहन लूंगा, चूड़ियाँ।
विश्वास नहीं था ना तुम्हें मेरी बातों पर? देख लो अपने पति की हरकतें।
बहुत बोलने लगे हो तुम लोग। इसने चूड़ी क्यों पहनी, हल्दी क्यों लगाई, साड़ी क्यों पहनी? तू ही बता बुढ़िया, अगर तेरे को कोई ऐसा हाथ लगाएगा तो तू उसको क्या करेगी? हाँ, मारेगी कि नहीं उसको?
नहीं।
हाँ?
मारूंगी।
In regards to the acting, I actually really thought it was good. I really enjoyed the way this was portrayed by the main character, Akshay Kumar. I think that he really did well in being two different people completely. He did really well in being a straight man who is, you know, very strong. And then you also have him doing well in the sense of a transgender, very effeminate transgender. So he did a really good job in portraying both these parts. The Indian film scene is quite well known for its over dramatization of just like staring at each other with a boo and woo and what? You get the picture. It's very over the top. But I thought that this movie didn't have a great deal of that. I thought that, yeah, the mother and the daughter, like there was a couple of scenes where they were quite over the top, but it fit the film. It fit the way that it is, and it wasn't just completely over the top where it was just like, what the hell is going on here? Where they're just staring at each other for 5 minutes and just like in just complete shock.
मैं इस एरिया की queen हूँ, live life, queen size. मैं यहाँ बहुत जरूरी काम करने आई हूँ।
Okay, so the big one that I want to talk about is the meaning. On these movie reviews that we do, I always find the meaning that I take away from it, what I use for my perspective of how the movie portrayed itself and what I take away from it. Now, the main one here, and I guess this is the only one we can talk about, is the transgender issues. And I think that for me, the meaning of it is that they're trying to push anyway, is that we're all one, we're all the same person, we all have emotions, whether it be female, male, transgender, no matter what. I guess that's the meaning they're trying to portray. It didn't really come across at all. Like, I don't really understand why you'd be using this style of movie to portray transgenders in a positive light. Like, this person's still murdering these other people. I get it's revenge, but I don't think the meaning really gets portrayed well enough simply because it's in a horror movie. And they really force feed you a scene where Lakshmi, the real life before, gets murdered. Lakshmi talks to a conference about transgender issues, and look, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's fine, but I just don't know if this was the right movie to try and implement such controversial topics. The meaning, and I guess this is a great meaning, it definitely is a great meaning, where we are all the same, we are all, you know, human with the same kind of emotions and the same, I guess, attempted way of life, but people are segregated and ostracized because of their choices that isn't really a choice. So I understand what they're saying. That is the meaning that I'm taking away from it, but I also don't think the meaning comes across. With that being said, BKR's review, what are we going to give it? 2.5 stars. I honestly think there'd be a lot better Indian films out there, and I think this concept, it just didn't really work. I think that the movie was fine and you could follow on with it well, and like I said, I enjoyed parts of it, but I think I enjoyed a lot of parts of it simply because of my cultural representation of wanting to watch a different culture and wanting to see how this is. So I think I enjoyed it for that reason, rather than the actual movie itself. I definitely will review Bollywood films over time. Obviously, this channel is all about different cultures all around the world, so it's not going to be Bollywood. So if you're Indian and you subscribe, don't think that this is just Indian films and Indian stuff, because we do all stuff all around the world. So if you want to learn stuff about all different cultures and all different places, then definitely do subscribe. I think if you're not a regular to the Indian Bollywood scene, then probably give this one a miss, but then come back when obviously there's a big blockbuster, like a 5-star blockbuster, and I'll do a review for that. But anyway guys, that is going to do us for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed. Smack that thumbs up button if you have not already. Subscribe if you're new around here. This channel is all about different cultures and the way of life for people in different places, so I really look forward to being able to portray that through a vast majority of cultures and really seeing how different people live across the same world that we live in. I am definitely looking forward to the next time I watch a Bollywood film. This has shown me that they are quite good. I know this one wasn't the greatest, but it still was enjoyable to watch. And if this was enjoyable to watch, and yet it wasn't that great of a movie, I think I'm gonna absolutely love when there's like a really big, good quality Bollywood film that everyone's getting around. But like I said guys, I'm gonna jump off for now. I appreciate you as always, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. So